Racing comes through from the capital on Sunday. That is Pietermaritzburg, KwaZulu-Natal. It is the Scottsville Racing. We had, of course, a taste of what we can look forward to as the feature season really gets underway. Social media, it is our X handle and WhatsApp numbers. They haven't changed. Please do get in touch with us. We're looking forward to Sunday racing the day after the day itself. That was the Champions Day at Turfentine. Right, we're going to look ahead to Scottsville Racing. Weather-wise, it should be one of those touch-and-go days over the weekend. Hopefully, Scottsville will be spared for us to enjoy the after event of the weekend. Right, race number one is a maiden juvenile plate. It's over the 1,000 meters. Many unraced horses, no scratchings. The forecast, well, not so much the early betting, has got the 3 Hurricane Cat as one of your favorites at 15 to 4. But the favorite itself is the 2 Little Black Gem. That is Mace Roberts with the services of Mr. Richard Fourie. This is a new predator. New predator certainly is beginning to stamp his mark.
He is. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
So interesting jockey bookings over here, or jockey arrangements. I mean, we all know that Rachel's the stable jock for Mr. Roberts, yet the money has come for Little Black Gem. Now, we all remember her damn little back numbers. She won quite a few races over sprinting distances, and it looks like she is fancied. With regards to number 7, Siberian Winter, the dam won 2 races over 1,200. And then number 3, trained by Frikkie Kreiling. This could be his first winner. He's only his second runner, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yes.
there's no comment in the front of the computer form. And I had a look at her breeding. She's by VAR, but she's a half-sister to Rapid Fire, who's a sprinter, and Rafa's Boy, who's quite quick himself. So I went wide. I went the safe route, 3, 7, and 9.
3, 7, and 9 in that first leg of the bar pot. Mr. Burrows, you were a man of pedigrees. Anything else you've picked up as far as the well-bred first-timers are concerned?
Only number 3, Hurricane Cats. I really like this pedigree. I think there's a lot of speed, and to debut over 1,000 meters is ideal. Frikkie Kreiling, top-class horseman. I'm hoping that he can get his first win out the way, only from his second runner. I'm going Hurricane Cat, and I have healthy respect for Little Black Gem. Speed in the dam line, Richard Fourie in the saddle. So 3 to beat 9, but we don't know. We're going in blind. They're all first-timers.
Indeed, but that is a suggestion from Mr. Marie. 3, 7, and 9 in that first leg. We've got the one banker that is race 3, number 7. That will be the solitary banker, but it's still not the most costliest of outlays. 324 Rand for a full unit. Right, race number 2. This is the Natal Associated Agencies, a juvenile plate. It's over the 1,000 meters, at least some exposed form, but there are still some first-timers. And of all the first-timers, actually nothing has found any sort of anti-post support. The favorite is the one, a colder shiner, Peter Muscat and Richard Fourie, and that is at 16 to 10. And then you've got 33 to 10 about the 2 Cola Tonic. And there's been a nibble at the 9, the Chinaberry, ridden to that maiden victory by Richard last time out for Wendy White at 11 to 2. In it to 5 to 1. Serena Moodley was the rider on a debut when it catching the eye. Mr. Burrows, it is the one, a colder shine at 16 to 10. A worthy favorite, Roman Agent. That form line appears everywhere as far as the juvenile season, which ended recently in the Western Cape.
Yes, Cold Shine's debut was a cracker. This was showed pace on debut, was outrun late by Roman Agent. Roman Agent's come out to frank the form, where Cold Shine ran stone last, 16 from 16 last time out. I don't know what went amiss, but a repeat of that debut performance will see him in the winner's box. I've got respect for Grovefield. I thought he would be priced up joint favourite or around there, but he was priced up at 9 to 2, which could be a good place bet because I thought he was the nearest rival. Cola Tonic's got an outside chance, but Cold Shine, maybe the straight line exacta 1 by 3.
1 by 3, Mr. Marie, in race number 2 itself at 1 o'clock over the 1,000 meters. The 1 Cold Shine and the 2 Cola Tonic seem to dominate, and the 3 Grovefield actually omitted that 9 to 2, and then support for the 9 Chinaberry into 5 to 1 from 11 to 2.
Yeah, so I prefer the Western Cape form lines. Excuse me. So I've got a preference for numbers 1 and 2. Now, Colchan just needs to reproduce his debut effort to go close here. You know, on debut, he actually beats a horse called One Stripe. And we know what he's gone and done since then. Colotonic, far from disgraced in his 3 starts to date. 4 kgs off his back could certainly assist. And then Grofield, what I like about Grofield, not his form line in particular, but he's got the track experience. Scottsville can catch a few young horses out. So, once again, the safe route, numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Kalahari Roller came out and won next time out in
Yes,
this. Okay,
that's
so
correct,
that
yeah.
form line is holding up. Let's confirm Mr. Marie's PA 1, 2, and 3, and then it's that banker 7, which we are going to discuss as we return to that first leg of the pick 6, and that is race number 3. But race 2 is off at 1 o'clock. All right, we're into the third of 8, and of course, there is a reminder of our contact details. Love us on X, or you can get in touch via our WhatsApp numbers or number. Let's have a look at the race number 3 now. The sagacious editor of the Computer Form suggests that Tony Rivland could have a field day, and it starts with an odds-on favorite in race number 3. It's the 7 Gorgeous Girl. Richard Free rides, and it is those familiar souls of Mrs. Mary Lively in partnership with Robert Bloomberg and a certain JPG de Rouvy. That is at 8 to 10. Next best in the betting is the 33 to 10, number 8, and that is the Floral Fantasy, Alison Wright and Atandi Wimgudlwa. Right, Mr. Burrows, we start off with you. You've got the pick 6 for us, but just your input. Is this a banker at the get-go? I don't believe you've got any bankers today.
Well, this is a possible banker. This filly should start deep in the red. She could even start 6 to 10 because on her recent form, she's improved with each and every outing. The step up in trip, she improved. She was beaten by a better horse on the day, Tommy Riss, who was a hot odds-on favourite last time out, and we all expected to win. But Gorgeous Girl pushed her all the way to the line, and that was a courageous effort. This field there's not much depth. I think she's definitely hard to beat. I went 7 and 8 in the pick 6 because Floral Fantasy, I've been following this filly in her last 2 starts, and when I saw her over 1950, she was 1 pace late, and the 18 was a bit far. I just feel the mile is ideal. So 7 and 8 to fight it out.
7 and 8, and Mr. Marie, your input into that race number 3, Longstreet. Have you been to Longstreet in the West? Is it Longstreet in the Western Cape? Where all the nightlife seems to be.
I've been there. I've been there. Yeah,
Our producer seems to know it well.
You know, we don't know the track conditions, and there is rain forecasted. But if the track isn't too soft, I'll make number 7 Gorgeous Girl a 5-star bet. In my opinion, the 8 to 10 represents value. She's bumping the right field over here, Cecil. I'll tell you why. Last time I had Tommy Riss, we all fancied her. She got it so easy up front at her own fractions. And this filly, like Darren touched on, she ran her all the way to the line, and she was actually closing in the latter stages. Go back to her penultimate start behind Blue Horizon. She was beaten 3 lengths by Tommy Riss on that occasion. Last time out, less than a length. So she's certainly on the upgrade, and she's going the right way. Now, number 8, Floral Fancy. I fancied her in her last couple of starts. Last time out, the only reason I believe she improved is it was at maiden handicap. I can't compare the two of them. So banker number 7 and the start of all multiples.
Right, let's go to the pick 6 suggested by Mr. Burrows, 7 and 8, and then it is the field. And then it's just the 2 horses in leg number 3. That will be race number 5, and they are 10 and 11. Kitten's Adventurer and Oh So Squishy. And then thereafter it is horses by 3 horses by 4 horses. Right, a chance to get involved in that first jackpot race and number 4. Now we're going to have a look at the betting. We had an odds-on favorite in race number 3 and race number 4. It is a very open-looking race number 4. Number 1, Ralph the Rascal, and the 2 Connoisseur, as well as number 3, Avro Prince, share the favoritism at 11 to 2, and then it's 6 to 1 about the 11. Release Me, 7s and better bar those. An open-looking contest, Mr. Marie, and of course this is you are in your element when you see these sort of prices. The 11 to 2 joint favorites tickle your fancy, or there's something else?
I I do like the chances of Connoisseur, Cecil. You know, he's 1 from 1 as a gelding. He was probably in need of that start. It was his first after arrest. Making his handicap debut, I can see him coming on in leaps and bounds. Now, we saw that form line being franked with Global Movement winning a handicap. It's never easy winning a maiden handicap, and I think he had a saddle slip. So I like the chances of number 2, Connoisseur. He's certainly going to come on from his latest efforts. Now, his stable companion, Papa C, number 7. I know he's well exposed, but this horse, he's a course and distance specialist. He loves Scottsville, so you can never discount him at this track. He'll be thereabouts at the finish. And then number 3, Avro Prince, not excited about the form lines, but you know, all his races have been up the straight. He now contests the race an extra 400 meters, so he should have, if he appreciates the step up in distance, he could be well better than his current rating. And I had a look at his dam's breeding. She won a few races over 1400.
Won a few races over the 1400. 11 to 2 go favorites in a race number 4 as we speak, Mr. Burrows. The numbers are 1, 2, and 3, all at 11 to 2. I know that you've gone beyond that and you found us a bit of value here. Please tell us more about your value selection.
Yes, Cecil, this horse Canford Ice. I remember Daryl also mentioning when he won his maiden, he was very impressive. I think he won by over 5 lengths. And they gave him a 90 merit rating right after that. And he just seemed to lose his way. I thought he was a bit disappointing, or should I say very disappointing. And in his last 3 starts, they've dropped him from a 90 down to a 87, down to a 82, down to a 79. And he's having his peak run, 3rd run after arrest. That Polly run in his first run back was very disappointing, but maybe he didn't handle the surface. And last time out, he was beaten 7 lengths by Northern Warrior and Voldemort. That form line's been franked, but he's going to appreciate the step up to a mile. And I just get the feeling this is the type of race he can get a confidence boost and maybe run into the top 3. By no means a good thing. I mean, he's one of the rank outsiders at 20 or 25 to 1, but just don't exclude him in any of your play. Others to consider... There's a lot. Ralph the Rascals never won over a mile, but he can be competitive. Connoisseur was an impressive maiden winner. Papa C, his best form of late is over a mile. You've got horses like Shoefella, Release Me. I could go through a number of horses in this race. I'm just hoping that Canford Ice can get into the race early and just bounce back to some of his better form, because he's definitely got the ability.
Right, so that is around 20 to 1 there or thereabouts. So that's the 4 Canford Ice, and that'll be the suggested place play in race number 4. Reminder that it is the first leg of the first jackpot, and we should be off at 2:10. Number 7, Gelsomina, is your favorite in race number 5 as we look to the start of the second and final jackpot. This is Elijah Kambula, Philippines Mayor 69. It's over the 1600 meters. And remember, you can like us on our X handle or via our WhatsApp number. So we start off with you, Mr. Marie. Race number 5, a field of 11. It all looks very competitive on the Sunday. Even if we do have the rains stay away, they would have been there or thereabouts, and that will make for a tricky afternoon.
Absolutely, and yeah, you've got to fill his MS handicap, which makes
Slowly
things even
one,
trickier.
Yeah.
Cecil. Now, we all remember in Oso Squishy's penultimate start, I actually tipped her, and I went for a little bit of a tickle, and I was very upset that she got beat. She came into the straight, she had to be taken up for a number of strides, and she was most unfortunate. So I'm not too concerned about the wide draw. She's got Richard Free in the irons, and she likes to be given a chance in the early stages. So a repeat of that effort of the same course and distance, I can see her going very close over here. It is the right field for her to get her confidence up. You know, number 2, a little bit naughty. She's always thereabouts. She never disgraces herself, and she's extremely fit currently. She's got Musi from a neat draw. She goes handy. So she ticks a lot of boxes, and she could get things her own way in that she'll get a nice run of the race. So I went numbers 2 and 11 over here.
Okay, now, Mr. Burrows, I know that 11 is one of your horses. You went 10 and 11 in that third leg of your suggested pick six. That the 10, that is the Kitten's Adventure, and the 11 Oso's Squishy. Do you want to elaborate on that a bit more for us?
Yes, touching on Kitten's Adventure, they stepped this filly up in trip, or this mare up in trip, to a mile last time out, and she was staying on really nicely. She was sprinting for most of her career. And maybe this is the trip she's looking for now. And I thought she could be competitive. Also, Squishy's my outright first choice. Her penultimate start was eye-catching. She showed that she could be coming back to her better form of her current rating. She was touched off by Lady Canton. And last time out, she was pretty much all at sea, a long way back, scrubbing along. I don't think she handled the poly that day. They were going very fast up front. She never got into the race. So hopefully she can overcome the draw and she can get into the race. And I think she'll be staying on very strongly at the finish. So 11 to beat 10, followed by 8, 7, and 5.
Okay, I was going to say nobody's showing any love for the favorite number 7, Gelsamina. That is chased for the Wendy Whitehead stable. It is a place suggestion once again, also Squishy, at around 6 to 1 for Mr. Burrows. That is the race number 5 as we now head to the start of the last possible pick 3. That is race number 6. Now, race 6, the start of that last pick 3 is a Theophilus St. George of fillies and mares 84. They're going over the 1400 meters. And again, we've got a pretty open looking race. Your favorite is number 7, Vulanzana, and that is at 72.92 is number 9, Blue Horizon. The one fabulous, Rachel Fenneker, for Mace Roberts and Mr. Nick Johnson, is at 6 to 1. Right, Mr. Burrows, race number 6. This is over the 1400 meters of field of 10 once again. Not the biggest of fields, but the more we discuss it, the more competitive it looks to be.
Yes, this is very competitive. The horse to beat's probably got to be Sashay Away at a big price. Now, this filly loaded with ability, but I'm just concerned she needs one more run to tighten up, because she rested from July to January, and then she had a run in March. But she was only beaten 4 lengths by No Filter, and she seemed to never get into the race. But now she steps up to 1400, which is ideal. And then her rating's down to a 91, plus Trent Mayu takes off another 4 kilos. So that means she's pretty much racing off a 83. And that's got to bring her into the race with a big, big chance. By no means a good thing, but I just thought she was the value. Others to consider, horses like Mvulazana. She likes to go handy. Bosnay's got a chance. Cape Town Beauty. Kayleen, don't ignore Kayleen off her 82. She's loaded with ability on her day. And then you got a distance specialist such as Fabulous. All her 3 victories have come over 1400. And Lady Lacewing's also got a chance. But I'm hoping that Sashay Away can finally find her form, because she's definitely got the ability of her current rating.
All right, we will confirm the selection from Mr. Burrows shortly. Mr. Marie, Sashay Away, that is the current at around 16. Let's have a look. In fact, it's about 10 to 1, so there is value about the place suggestion there. But what are you looking at, or are you in the same corner as Mr. Burrows?
I like Sashay Away. I think she will show marked improvements on her recent form. Just beaten for speed over the 1,000 meters last time, Cecil. So the fact that she's stepping up in trip, having a peak run, and the 4 kgs off her back, I think that will equate to a much better performance. Number 10, Cape Town Beauty. Now, she drops in class and her rating has plummeted. So I think she's more than capable in this league. Not too worried about the draw. It's a small field. Muzi tends to overcome them. He's an aggressive rider out the gates. I'll give her a chance of her current rating. Mvulazana, you can never discount this combination when they team up together. And Fabulous, who I prefer at Greyville, but Rachel has opted to ride her over Kayleen, which I find somewhat surprising, who loves a course and distance. Yeah, Cecil, this is a tricky race.
The Strictly Come Dancing horse, you know, when they give you a judgment, fabulous. All right, let's go to Mr. Burrows' suggestion. And that's number 6, Sashay Away, not being scorned by Mr. Marie either. That is your play suggestion in race number 6. All right, we are heading to the first leg of the last double. That'll be race number 7. But Sashay Away will be betting for that 4th win at the 19th. At time of asking. Alison Wright in good form as a 4 kg claimer. Trent May, your board. A Walter Farrell, a merit rated 94 handicap, is over the 1,000 meters. Race number 7 is our penultimate, due off at 5 minutes to 4. All things are being equal, and of course, you can get in touch with us at this late hour because we do stay open, and that is via our X handle or indeed our WhatsApp number. Now, in race number 7, what do we have as a favoritism? Well, it is another open-looking heat. The favorite is the 7, though. King of the Gauls. I did suggest that our sagacious editor at Computer Form suggests that the Riverland stable could have a good day. King of the Gauls, raising the colours of Mr. Bloomberg in partnership once again with Mrs. Mary Lively. This is the 3-year-old son of Vercingetorix at 15-10. Head Mars Sunshine is back on the turf. In fact, was on the turf last time out at Greyville and was in disgrace behind Sunblush. Is at 15-4, and thereafter it's bigger odds. Now, as far as the race number 7 is concerned, Mr. Burrows, as we look to the penultimate of the afternoon.
Between numbers 3, Barcelona, number 7, King of the Gauls, and number 8, Hit Them Hard Sunshine. Now, Hit Them Hard Sunshine's had 2 comeback runs after a lengthy break, and he won in a Cante his first run back, and then he was beaten 2 lengths by Sunblushed. That was his second run back. He's going to tighten up a lot. I think he's a massive runner with Trent taking off 4 kilos. King of the Gauls, last time out, he took ages to get into his full stride. He was bustled along. He really quickened up smartly late, and he really caught the eye. He's won at Scottsville before. He's got everything in his favor. I think he's quite a smart sort in time to come. Also, Barcelona, the drop-in trip's going to suit. He was only beaten 2 lengths by Sunblushed in his penultimate start, and he's loaded with ability too. I'm going 7 and 8 to fight it out, but I've thrown in Barcelona just in case.
Okay, the ex-Western Cape-based Barcelona. Now, I remember when it had its first run in Kenilworth, and that was beating USA's Hope. The trainer seemed to think, even though the pedigree suggests that this one needed more ground, he felt it was a sprinter. The owner thought the other way around. It should be going over ground, and I think they've been proven that the trainer's thoughts seem to be right. That's sort of memories of Al Nitak as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Cecil, I think at this stage of his career is better up the straight because when they have attempted to go further with him, he's just overdone it. So I like him that he's coming back back up the straight, and I'm of the opinion he may be better when allowed to stride over 1,000 meters. So Richard knows him extremely well now, and the word is he's a really nice horse. So off his current rating, he's going to be very competitive, and like Darren touched on, he could certainly go on with it. Now, Hit Them Hard Sunshine is an obvious danger. Peak run, 4 kgs off his back. He's back to good form since that race, so I respect him. And the same as Darren, I like 7 and 8, but I've just opted to go with number 2, Strathclyde, as my third pick. If he's not beaten for speed in his comeback start as a gelding, he's certainly going to prove better than his current rating over time, but he could be staying on. So 7 and 8 to fight it out.
Okay, let's just confirm the selections there from Daryl. He is giving us the last double suggestion, 7 and 8, and then he's got 1, 7, 8, and 10 at the back, the one being Mardell Plata. Well, it is going to be a good day for the Riverland stable, the 7, 8, and 10, 7. Now I got you Northern Warrior and Navajo Dancer. Right, the weekend. Well, let's hope it is a end on a high for our weekend local racing. It is race number 8, Hollywood Bets, a Bright Future Merit Rated 76. They're going over the longer trip of 1,200 meters as far as the sprinters are concerned. Now, it is another open-looking contest. Intrepid and Navajo Dancer, numbers 2 and 10 respectively, are both at 9-2. 5-1 is the 8 Northern Warrior. the 3 El Drac 6 to 1, 8 to 1, the 1 Mar del Plata, and then it's 10s and a better bar those quoted runners. We're going to leave you with the penultimate word, and then Mr. Burrows will have the exclamation mark on our preview for Scottsville. You've got 1, 7, 8, and a 10 in that second leg of your suggested double. I see you haven't got one of the co-favorites, number 2, Interpret.
No, Cecil.
Rather.
I didn't include him, and I'm actually going to suggest a bet on a certain run over here. Many people like to say it's the get-out stakes, eh? But I don't think we'll be in it after this weekend's racing. Let's hopefully hope that's not the case. But Cecil, 14 to 1, about number 7. Now I got you. Take your chances. I nearly banked him in the double, but I just played the safer route in the double. But number 7, now I got you, right? His latest 2 starts have been on the poly track. Go back 3 runs when he ran behind Ishnana. The second, he ran second on that occasion, over the course and distance, right? He's had 2 efforts of the course and distance, both second. But 3 runs back, he ran second. Third was Master Josh, who's won indirectly since then. Fourth was Mr. Henley, who's won. And then fifth was Parminion, who's won indirectly. Now he's over the same course and distance with Brevin Plake. He's taking 4 kilograms off his back. I'm saying at 14 to 1, have a nibble.
Have a nibble. Well, it would be a great end to what has been 7 days of brilliant tripping from both yourself with your big odds. And by the time they run, they've obviously been shortened in. I think no little contribution from yourself as far as shortening in those odds. But Mr. Burrows, it is a 14 to 1 suggestion in the last. Can you better that for us?
Yes, banker for me. Now I got you.
Yeah,
I think he's very hard to beat in this lineup. You know, when he returned to racing in KZN, when he ran second to Ishnana, he moved up strongly. I still took the exacta with Ishnana and I paid in the region of 190 Rand a time. And I thought, now I got you, he's going to win soon. But then on the poly, there was an accident in front of him, and he had to ease off heels and race wide so he could put a line through his penultimate start. And last time out, I don't think he's a 1400 meter horse, and put a line through that run as well on the poly. You go back to his Scottsville form, he ran a place in the gold medallion, was it behind Thunderstruck, if I'm not mistaken. That was a cracking effort, and his rating's right down to 80, and he's got 4 kilos off his back. So I also believe that Now I Got You is great value at 14 to 1 and 28 to 10 a place. The dangers will come from horses like Navajo Dancer. His Cape Town form wasn't bad. His last start was in a strongish field. You got Northern Warrior going for a hat-trick of wins. He'll be competitive. And Intrepid. I saw jockey Trent Mayhew on this horse, but now I see Atindiwe Mguruwa. I must just confirm that, because the computer form and the tab form are different jockeys carded for this horse.
Okay, so that is a confidence about the 7 I Got You. It is no secret we are pre-recording this particular segment of racing, and it could be a good ender to the weekend for a certain Mr. Peter Victor, because he's of course got a Royal Victory, hoping to follow up on a course and distance Group 1 success at a Turpentine on a Saturday. It's been a wonderful an opportunity to discuss the race meetings with both Messrs. Burrows and Mr. Marie.